For this week's blog, I'd like to talk about creation. And creation in comparison to evolution and details having to do with that. You see, it truly does take more faith to believe in evolution than it actually does in creation. And that goes along with the particulars of gravity, the rotation and revolution of our planet, the temperature, the tides, different things pertaining to that. And what I mean by that is that all those little particulars, like the temperature that we have on the earth, the distance from the sun, because of how that temperature goes with the rotations and revolutions, all of those things are perfect for sustaining our life. And not only are they, but that gravity, that has to be exactly where it is centered. And the rotations and revolutions would keep it centered the way it is, are just the perfect thing to keep us here and keep those things rolling for us. You might say that it's a coincidence. You might say that, matter banged and here it came and looked like this. But do you honestly believe that the perfect thing of all these things is sustainable for more than a little bit? So all of this banged together and then it was able to hold itself together. Just from that bang. Billions of years later. Now, even if we don't want to argue about how long the world's been here, we can all agree that it wasn't always here. Which means something did have to happen. And if it wasn't, a person, then it would have to have been a bang or some kind of cosmic thing that just somehow occurred. But then what about what had that matter occurring? What kind of brought that time and space into being that way? Well, I challenge you to look into the fact that it might just be something that's always been here. Or actually someone, which is actually beyond the laws of finiteness, which is what our world is bound to. Which is why I would challenge you to believe and to look into the fact that it would have to be something like our God. A being that was always here. That is beyond finiteness. If you look into Genesis, the first book of the Bible, Genesis, the first words you read are, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form from the beginning. And then God decided to use his pen and create it because he wanted something there with him. So if you look into different things in science and to look in those perfect pieces of like how gravity holds us or how the temperature is just right, the sun is just the right distance to be able to keep us this way. You would see in science that it really proves that there has to be somebody that was there. So read Genesis, and I challenge you, look into science, and if you finish the science, you will see. Because science always does actually prove God if you are looking for the real truth. If you really are going to the end of it. But you got to keep going. And you got to be honest with yourself as you're going by. You do that, and I promise you, you will find God. And you will see that it would have to be Him. And it would have to be that it would take more faith to believe that these things are just coincidences. And that these things just happened. And then look into having that relationship with Him once you find that He is there. That's what I challenge you with this week. Blessings to you.